In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the rename and fill option here inside EasyStone. The way rename and fill works, let's click on a stone, take a look at this. You can see here in the object manager you have light topaz and it says 16. And if we click over here on this stone, you can see it says it's emerald green and SS10. So what we're going to do first is we're going to select our oval shape, click on a different stone color, click on rename and fill, and you can see it changed our stone color and gave it a new fill. Now over here in the object manager you can see it's blank. Now this is a CorelDRAW bug. It just is what it is, but if we click on this middle icon it'll show all of our stone colors again. So it's a hassle, but just understand if you have a blank object manager, click on that middle icon and it won't be blank anymore. Alright, so you see how rename and fill will just change the stone color essentially. But it will also change the stone size. You can see right now these are all SS16 stones, but if we manually change the size and hit, let's go to let's say light topaz and hit rename and fill, now when I click on a stone you can see it says it's an SS10 stone. Well, why is that? Well, if we look at the actual diameter of the stone, you can see it's 3.5. And because over here on the miscellaneous tab for set stone sizes and spacing, we've told EasyStone any circle between 3 and 3.9 is an SS10. That's why it adds the SS10 notifier here in the object manager. Now the actual physical size of the stone circle that we're going to cut is 3.4. So if we want these circles to be 3.4, what we can do is select those circles now, come over here to the specialty tab and hit reset stones, and now if we click on one of those circles you see the width and height is in fact 3.4. Now we're going to get into reset stones in more detail later, but just understand that is how the rename and fill function works. Now these stones right now are SS10 stones. We've already changed that, we know that. If we click on one of those stones, it's a 3.4 millimeter circle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make these stones a little bit bigger again, and I'm going to show you two options here. So let's change our stone color to dark cyan. I'm going to select the whole lot and I'm going to click rename and fill, and what that does, it obviously changes the whole lot. Anything that we had selected, it changes. But we're going to do something a little bit different. And what we're going to ask EasyStone is really not to look at the color, but rather we're going to tell EasyStone we want to look at the size of the stones. So remember, we originally had SS10 stones. You can see that there. But our circle size is bigger than 3.9. Okay? So if the circle size is bigger than 3.9, then EasyStone should see that as an SS16 stone. And again, it's a little complicated to understand now because we're not using it in a real-world environment, but this will be useful for you when we actually get into our project series to show you how to use this. But just understand that when we click on rename and fill, all it's going to do is look at the current stone color and change whatever stones we have selected to that current stone color. But what we're going to do now is we're going to say we don't want to change the stone color. We just want to change the stone size identifier. Right now, this identifier is SS10. So we're going to select the whole lot, hit Shift key, rename and fill, and notice nothing appears to have changed except for the stone identifier. So we'll select one stone, look in our object manager, and right now these are all SS10 still, and that's because of the stone size. So what we're going to do here is let's make these a little bit bigger. Then we'll select the whole lot again and shift rename and fill. And now if you look at the identifier, notice now it's an SS16 stone, and that's because of the size circle. You can see right now it's a 4.2 millimeter circle, which that relates back to our stone sizing. Anything between 4 and 4.9 we're going to consider an SS16. Okay? So that's how the rename and fill function works. I know it might be a little bit confusing, but just know that when we select stones, hit rename and fill, it's going to change to whatever stone color we had specified. If we hit Shift, rename and fill, then it's just going to change the stone size identifier if need be. Most of the time, that's not going to be required, but if you do need to change the stone size identifier automatically, Shift Rename and Fill will accomplish that task for us. Thanks for watching.